Shout out to Money Brown, man. Harrison Jr. My boy Money Brown, he get a lot of money, that's why I call him Money Brown.
What's good, Money Brown TV? What up, what up?
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to Money Brown TV. Thank you so much for everything.
Hey, this is Ryan Garcia here. Shout out to Money Brown TV. And keep punching, baby.
Yo, what's going on out there, Fight World? It's your boy Money back with another one, man. And this one here is on the two-time WBC and the current unified super welterweight world champion, fighting out of Houston, Texas, born in Louisiana, a pound-for-pound fighter, Jermell, the Iron Man Charlo. And then we have my guy, Jarrett Hurd, the Washington, D.C. native, who is the former unified super welterweight world champion. And he's looking to put himself back in position to face Jermell Charlo, to become a world champion once again. But we all know Jermell Charlo has a fight coming up with Brian Castano July 17th for all the marbles, all the titles, right? Brian Castano is the current WBO super welterweight world champion. He won that title from Patrick Teixeira, and he's ready to put it all up against this man right here, the top super welterweight in the world, Jermell Charlo. Like I say, who should be on everybody's pound-for-pound list, right? This is a dream of Jermell Charlo's, is to become the Undisputed World Champion, to set himself apart from his brother, Jermell Charlo, who is the two-division world champion and the current WBC middleweight world champion. And he understands the opportunity that's in front of him, bro. Mel understands the opportunity, and he's working his ass off to achieve his goal. But in the mix of these things, let's just take a trip down memory lane. Mel Charlo wanted to unify against Jarrett Hurd when Jarrett Hurd was the #1 super welterweight, holding 2 titles, right? And Jarrett Hurd was beating around the bush a little bit for whatever reason, whether he was trying to get the third scrap and fight for Undisputed, or whether he just didn't want to bang it out with Mel at the moment. But now that Mel is in position, and now that we see that Jarrett Hurd is trying to get him another shot at the title, he want to put himself in position to face Jermell Charlo now, and this is what he had to say, family.
Man, listen, I'm praying, I'm hoping, and I want Jermell Charlo to win that fight so bad, man. Because no matter what, if you do lose at Castaño, I still want to fight him, but it's going to be on a better platform if he have all the belts. So I'd rather him win the fight. I got him winning the fight. I'm not sure about stoppage because Castaño is a good fighter. But I want him to win because I want to be the one. I want to be the one.
He got some titles that
yes, it's personal. Before I move, I let him know I will whoop your ass. I'm the better fighter.
As y'all can see, he say he's praying and hoping that Jermell win because he want to be the one to beat Mel, and take them titles from him and say that he's the best. Well, we know Tony Harrison, got the nod against Jermell Charlo, so you're not going to be the first. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be the first. But he do want to be the one to dethrone him, for Undisputed, which would be a beautiful thing. Nonetheless, will be a beautiful thing. But, when Mel was trying to fight Jarrett Hurd was really beating around the bush, man. He was really beating around the bush. And I wanted that fight so bad because I knew that was a great fucking fight. I knew it was a great fight. You feel me? And it was a big fight at 154. To me, it was the fight. Not just a fight, the big fight, but it was the fight at 154. #1 versus #2. You understand what I'm saying? But, like I say, Charlo ended up losing to Harrison. Hurd ended up losing to J-Rock. Charlo ended up getting his scraps back. And, Jarrett Hurd is on a mission to try to get his scraps back. Because, like I said, J-Rock ended up losing to Justin Rosario, who ended up losing to Jermell Charlo, who snatched those titles. And, that's just how the cookie crumbled, bro. But now that Jermell is in position, and Hurd is back on the rise, the tables turn now. The tables turn. When this fight could have been went down. It could have been went down, bro. Right? Just like we could say Keith Thurman and Errol Spence. Fight could have been went down. But now, Thurman is looking for a fight with Earl, and Jarrett's looking for a fight with Charlo. Which is nothing is wrong with it. It's the nature of the game. It's the nature of the beast. You feel me? Sometimes people on top, sometimes they get knocked off the mountain, but you can climb your way back up and be right back at the top of that mountain. You understand what I'm saying? Tony Harrison did it. Julian J. Rock Williams did it. Multiple other world champions did it, where you take losses as being a champion, but you come back and be a 2-time world champion. But my only thing was, I wanted Hurd to give Mel his shot because Mel earned the shot, and Mel was ready. He was ready, bro. I mean, he was ready to the point to where he was showing up disrespecting the family. You feel me? Telling her we ready after the fight. I want her. Give me her. You understand what I'm saying? After he beat Erson Lubin, man. That was so funny, man. But I want y'all to check this out, man, because that still get to me. Listen to this, family.
Give me a title. Give me another title. Let's go. That's what I need. Which one? Which one? I want her. Hurd just fought. He just won. Austin tried to do a hell of a job. He stood in there. Give me her. I want her. Come out that locker room.
I want her. Come out that locker room. You see, that boy wanted Hurd back then. Nah, man, that's the time where Hurd, Laura, and Charlo, as you know, they was all the top shot-tas. You did what I mean? Shot-tas. You did. And this was my triangle theory back then, family. I had Laura beating Charlo because Laura was the slick boxer. And we seen how he lost to Tony Hurd. I don't think Tony Hurd was a more slicker boxer than Laura, bro. I don't. And I think Laura Chen was better than Tony Hurd. But this one, Laura was Laura. I had Laura beating Charlo. I had Charlo beating Jarrett Hurd because, like he said, if Jarrett Hurd is standing there in front of him, he's not going to be able to take Charlo punch. Charlo hit too damn hard. Even though Jarrett Hurd had some crack, it wasn't that Charlo crack. And if any man stand in front of Jermell Charlo, you going night-night. And that's still right now. And I had Jarrett Hurd beating Laura because of his pressure style. Pressure bust pipes. We seen when you put the pressure on Laura, what it does to him. We seen what my guy Angolu did to him when he had my guy as his trainer, who Andre Ward trainer. I'm sorry, I can't get his name right. Virgin Hunter. You know what I'm saying? Who had Virgin Hunter as his trainer. Virgin Hunter let him know, keep the pressure on Laura and just go bust the pipes. And we seen that with the dog Pero Angolu. And Jarrett Hurd had that type of pressure. And just like I was saying, family, it was working out just like that. Jarrett Hurd beat Laura. You understand what I'm saying? Laura would have, to me, back then, right now, I got Mel Charlo icing Laura. Laura would have beat Laura back then, right? Because of his legs. I don't think Laura got the same legs now. And I thought Mel would have beat Jarrett Hurd. And we seen Jarrett Hurd lose to Julian J. Rock Williams, who had that little pressure, but he had that strength as well. You feel me? But nonetheless, right now, family, Jarrett Hurd is putting himself back in position. He's about to take on Luis Cubis, Aries on the undercard of Floyd Money Mayweather and Logan Paul fight. And I think it's going to be a cool fight, but I do got Jarrett Hurd going in there and beating Luis' ass. You feel me? I think Cuba, I like Cuba. I've always been a fan of Cuba, but I don't think Cuba got the pop to keep Jarrett Hurd off of him. And I think Jarrett Hurd going to put the pressure on him. Jarrett Hurd, his style has been boxing lately. He ain't been mixing it up like he used to, but I think this time he going back to pressuring. He's going back to pressuring, and I think he's going to walk Luis Aries down, and he can ugly get him out of there if he go back to the Jarrett Hurd of old and be smart. You feel me? But with that being said, do we put himself back in position for a fucking Charlo fight? Because when you was on top, Hurd, you was saying that, I'm number one now. I call shots. You feel me? Stay by your phone. When I call you, just answer. When you said you needed an orthodox fight, you said, I just fought 2 southpaws back-to-back, which was true. And you want an orthodox tune-up to go fight Charlo. But I think you should have just took the Charlo fight, bro. It was time to take that fight. It was on, it was popping, it was hot. We all wanted it. We all wanted that fight. You feel me? But now, since you took the L and you've been working your way back, and you're not the number one top shotter no more, it's Jermell Charlo. You never know how Jermell Charlo is going to play the game, homie. You never know. For once, we know he fit to fight for Undisputed. And if he become Undisputed, then we know he's going to have a mandatory after that. Maybe the IBF, because we know after all Undisputed fights, the IBF always be the first one in position to say, yeah, you got to face your mandatory, homie. Otherwise, you ain't doing nothing but losing the IBF scrap, and your ass going to be unified shorty again and not Undisputed anymore. And we know Jermell Charlo ain't turning down no smoke. He going to face whomever it takes for him to keep his titles. You feel me? So we'll see what happens in that situation, in that aspect. Then I'm looking to see where is Jarrett Hurd ranked in sanctioned bodies, in all 4 sanctioned bodies, which maybe in the WBA and the IBF, he might be up there, right? He might be up there a little bit in those sanctioned bodies, because those are the titles that he was holding. So Jermell he might be in position to face Jermell. He might be in position. Like this Luis Aries fight is a 12-round fight. That's a 12-round fight. So when you know you're in a 12-round fight, you know it's a title eliminator, and it's putting you in position. You feel me? So this is putting them in position. And I would still love to see Jermell Charlo versus Jarrett Hurd. I feel like that is still one hell of a fight. You understand what I'm saying? Still one hell of a fight. I still think Jermell knocks him out. Right? I still think Jermell knocks him out. But I think if Jarrett Hurd is on his shit and he got the confidence now that he's been training with Turnbull Crawford, you know, down there in Colorado Springs, and been around Shakur Stevenson and just the entire atmosphere of Bomac and Turnbull Crawford, they whole gym, how they get down, things of that nature, in a winning environment, you know, it might give him some confidence, bro, to get back on this shit. It might give him some confidence to get back on this shit. You never know what little spark it takes to make a man, you know, turn back up. All he got is one loss at that. You know what I mean? My dude only got one loss, so he's still right there in the mix. This fight is at 160 pounds, though. Let's not forget that. It's at 160 pounds, taking on Luis Aries. But he said he's coming back down to 154. You know what I mean? Is that going to affect him a little? We know Jarrett Hurd is a big guy, a very big guy. You know, shouts out to his former trainer, Ernesto Hernandez. You know, me and Junior Golden Boy, his nephew is close. And, you know, I heard a little few things about Jarrett Hurd and his discipline problems. But that's why I say getting up on the Turnbull Crawford now, he can get that discipline back to where he's ready and fully ready to go to take on Jermell Charlo, who always stays in shape, who's always ready for anybody out there, always want to fight the best of the best, willing to set himself apart from everybody in the division, including his brother, you know what I mean, who he's a couple of minutes younger than, including his brother, right? He's ready for the challenge. He's ready for the challenge, you know what I'm saying? So this is the epitome of table turns, bro. Table turns. Listen, Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence are in the same training camp. They've been in the same training stable, sorry. They've been there for a while now, right? Been there for a while now. And now these boys are ready, you know, to just take over the game of boxing. Both of these dudes are on the pound-for-pound list. Both of these dudes have been trained by Derrick James. Both of these dudes made the tables turn when Errol Spence wasn't a world champion at 147 pounds, became a world champion. He was chasing everybody. Now look like everybody chasing him. Jermell Charlo the same way. Became world champion, was chasing everybody. Now everybody chasing him. Plain and simple. You stay down till you come up. You grind hard. You believe in yourself. You go out there and give it everything you got. You give it everything you got. You feel me? Leave everything in the ring. Fuck what a hater got to say. Put yourself in position to be the best. And when you get there, continue to be the best. Don't fall short. Work your ass off. And accept all challenges. You feel me? Accept all challenges. Be the people's champion. Be the trill champion. But be a hardcore. Don't be no shadow person. You know what I mean? Don't be no shallow person. You know what you work hard for. You know what you work. I would still love to see Jermell Charlo versus Jarrett Hurd. I think it'd be one hell of a fight. I still got Jermell knocking him out. You feel me? But I think it's a legacy fight for both, and we will all enjoy it, bro. We will all enjoy it. So let's just see if Jermell Charlo want to get Jarrett Hurd a shot once he get there and see how this shit turn out, because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Until the end, it's your boy Monty. This is the ANSBC. Moving, ain't nobody safe in these streets. Hit them thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to donate. OG Money on Cash App. TreyHampton52@gmail.com on PayPal. If not, just tell a friend. Hit the subscribe button. Like, comment, share the video. Y'all know how your boy get down, man. Big dog status.